Here with David Chow, we're at the 2023 Japan Mobility Show here in Tokyo, formerly the Tokyo Motor Show. Crazy Toyota concept. This is the FT-3e. Might sit a little bit below the electric vehicle we currently have, the BZ4X.
Yeah. I mean, the 3 and the 4 number is a classic way to signal the size difference, so that's probably what it is. FT stands for Future Toyota.
Yes. And then 3, like we said, smaller, E for electric. This is more than likely a preview at the next generation battery electric platform that will supersede or succeed the BZ4X's ETNGA platform. So we'll see much better range, much better efficiency, new technology all throughout.
And in case you didn't know, there's a whole bunch of new battery technology coming in the next few years. First, in 2026, there'll be advanced lithium-ion battery that will extend the range to something like 600 miles or up close to 1,000 kilometers with only 10 minutes of charge. And then beyond that, 2027, 2028, there should be solid-state battery, which will change the face of the electric batteries because it should get 1,000 miles or about 1,600 kilometers, and with, again, 10% to 80% in about 10 minutes or so. And we think this is the one that will have a solid-state battery.
It could. Now, Toyota's also working on a more affordable battery for mass production. It's called lithium iron phosphate, or LFP, but they've changed not the chemistry, but the technicalities to make it bipolar.
Yes.
And so reduces the cost, increases the range, all that good stuff, but at a cheaper price point. So that could also be seen in this vehicle too in the future.
Well, let's do a quick walk around.
Let's do it.
I see a lot of BZ4X or BZ4X look in the front, but actually it looks a little bit like the Lexus RZ that we own.
More like an RZ, because maybe that two-tone that we see in the RZ, light bar that goes all the way across, but it's almost like individual LEDs compared to what we see currently in the market, which is going to be, you know, kind of hidden.
And the interesting thing is this is like two-tone, but actually it's a different panel. I can put my little finger through, so there's actually a gap. So you know how I like to do my gap measurement? Well, guess what? I can't do it on this one, because this panel goes underneath this one, so I can't even measure the gap. Like, how smart is that?
It fits together like a puzzle.
Exactly. So there's no more concerns about a gap looking weird, you know, because it's too wide or it looks out of place. This one is so smart from an engineering perspective. Same thing over here. You get nice contour. Do you know why this contour doesn't carry over here? Same reason. If you carry this over, you gotta line them up. In manufacturing, it makes it difficult. Engineering-wise, manufacturing-wise. Bring this up and end it over there. That way there's no gap. This is just a kind of like a general curvature that goes through. So it makes it easier because they're trying to really reduce the manufacturing cost and the manufacturing time right now.
Now these are 22-inch wheels, absolutely enormous. We saw the Lexus this morning that had 21-inch wheels. This might be a slightly larger vehicle than that Lexus that we saw.
Yeah, I think so.
Now, this is the side mirror. There's no physical mirror here. This is a digital side mirror, but also has a nice illumination. So this will also act as your turn indicator, this little tiny piece. Then we have an information screen. It'll tell you the charge, it'll tell you the air quality, the temperature outside or inside the vehicle. It's an information panel that we've seen on other potential upcoming vehicles like the Afeela from Honda and Sony. So they're getting on that information action as well.
And look at the lighted bar right here that goes all the way. It's a BEV, of course, battery electric vehicle. And then I'm not sure what this one is.
That would be more like an eyeball sensor or a face sensor.
Yeah. So face recognition, I think. So you can go in and out without keys. But you know what, Kirk? I'm just looking at it. It looks pretty big. It actually looks bigger than BZ4X.
It looks like it could be bigger than BZ4X. To me, it's maybe the same segment or slightly larger. So the 3, we just don't understand exactly what the 3 means right now. And there's a lot we don't know about this car either.
Maybe it's a 3-row model. これはシートが3つですかね。関係ないですか？わかんない。Okay, he doesn't know.
I think it says 2 rows.
I think it's supposed to be 2 rows, but
I think it's 2 rows.
Look how big the rear portion is. Look at how big the doors are. Look at that. This is not a BZ4X size. Actually,
it looks bigger.
It looks bigger, at least for in the concept format. So anyway, let's keep on going here. We got the wraparound lights here. Blackout trims. Oh, look at the roof here.
Yeah, the roof has this unique pattern on it. It's not carbon fiber. But it might be some lightweight material, definitely lighter than glass than we would have here at the top.
Yeah,
there's no interior to this car. There are conceptualized mock-ups of the interior online, but
I like this is something we begin to see in some other models as well. But
the BZ4X has this double wing, and the RZ has a version of this too.
So that and then the engineer explanation is to allow the air to flow through here so that waters do not stay here. Because most of these electric cars do not have a rear wiper.
wipers.
So the water is supposed to actually push it out. However, in the practical world, it doesn't work because where I live in Canada, all the mud and the snow gets on top. And you know what? We can't see anything in the back. So
I agree.
But I like the kind of cube design here going across.
I like it. It's very chunky, very blocky, and it looks more futuristic than the prism designs that we have, let's say, on some of the Hyundai Ioniq products. It definitely looks more upscale and premium, but it is a concept.
But I wonder if this square looking thing is sort of a little bit like the Hyundai Ioniq 5 kind of look, you know, the cube look.
It's very
I think
similar.
it is, right?
Yeah, and I like the illuminated Toyota logo here. Of course, you have the Beyond Zero battery electric vehicle here, FT-3e. Now, we see this sort of vertical piece here, even on the new Mazda concept. So I'm not sure what that means, but it does flow up and line up with the rear tail light as well. So I'm not quite sure. We even saw that sort of line on the Prelude yesterday. So I don't know what that's all about.
You know, some exotic sports cars have these vertical fins for aerodynamic reasons to cut the turbulence down from the back. So instead of, but that's probably too much. So they decided to just put one, I think. I think that's what they're trying to do. But in terms of the profile from the side here, it's actually quite muscular. Like this thing sticks out.
It looks like it has rear-wheel drive performance advantage here, with a wider rear set and a narrower front set.
And look, it
almost
comes
like a
in
Porsche.
like this here too. Look at the design here. It goes straight and then goes up like
widens
this.
out again.
Right, so it expands over here. I think it's a cool design, Kurt.
Well, we talked about this. We really like this design. This is what the design should have been for like the BZ4X. The BZ4X, you know, with its interesting, you know, fenders that are painted black or whatever, it just doesn't look right. There's nothing that's setting me off with this concept. I think it looks amazing, and I think it could be a replacement or one level above the BZ4X when it comes to the market. When would this come? Like 2026, 2027? It's hard to say.
Probably. I mean, you know, between Kirk and I always say that we prefer real names, not all these numbers and letters. So
it's been a nightmare for us to remember these names from the Toyota and Lexus concepts at this show.
So if this was a Crown electric car, or I don't know, obviously they're not going to bring the Avalon name back, but a Camry name or something.
Camry Cross.
Camry Cross, you know, that would have been perfect.
Don't
give us these complicated names no one can remember, right?
No one can remember them,
But it's a beauty. We like it. It looks good. It's got some really interesting engineering design features that they're obviously trying to fit into this new design, because one of the biggest things that Toyota is trying to do is to reduce the manufacturing cost and the time. They're trying to learn from Tesla with the Giga press. And Giga press simply means instead of having a whole bunch of parts welded together inside underneath the car, it's one single piece that goes underneath here that's casted, so the aluminum is melted, goes into the huge press. It
only takes 3 minutes to form one of those casts instead of countless hours of all the small pieces being welded together. So
it's structurally more solid and better sound deadening, all that stuff. It'll be a nightmare for a repair person, but anyway, that's the future of the manufacturing. We love the car so far.
We got to move on to the next vehicle. Thank you guys for watching. We'll catch you in the next one.
Signing off.
Peace.